Cool. Welcome into this video. I would like to take you through how you can import data from Microsoft Excel to SPSS. So what you're supposed to do, you need to have your data, which you have entered in Microsoft Excel. Then you need to save it in a folder which you can easily get. Like mine, this import data, I have saved it under the download. So that is to allow me some ease of access since I have a lot of data set which can confuse me. So let us get back into the SPSS software. Then we need to click the option file. Then we need to click above the import option. Then come to where we have Excel. Then you need to click this drop down arrow to get the folder which you saved your data set. But mine is easy to access since it is under the download. Then I will click import data. So when I click about the import data, that data which I want to import will appear here. Then I can just click open. So when I click open, so it is generating the data. So the data set now it will appear here. Then I'll click OK. So now the data set will be uploaded in the SPSS program. So you can just maximize these sheets to make it appear clearly and visualize the data and view the data properly. So after importing data from Microsoft Excel to SPSS, what you need now to do, you need to start defining your variables. Since Microsoft Excel is a foreign software as compared to SPSS, so you need to customize now this data in a language which IBM SPSS can understand. Now to customize these, you need to define your variables and elaborate them further. So just click where we have variable view. So you can notice your variables are here. So the first variable name is age, as you can see. So age, the type of the variable is a numeric. The width is a width of 2, which is good. Then the decimal, we have maintained it as 0. So the label technically try to tell us more about the variable name. So we need to explain this variable name here. So we can explain it by saying that this is the age of the employee. So as you can notice, this is a data set originating from certain employee in a certain company. So the type of we don't need to categorize anything. We don't need to deal with values here since we don't have a categorical variable here. So here we have a measure. So age is a continuous variable. So we need to measure it using scale measure. So from there we come to where we have age. So as you know, age is a categorical variable which is string in nature. So we can maintain a width of 4. We don't need any decimal, but we need to attach a label which try to tell us more about the gender. So we can say that this is the gender of the employees. So in case in this data set we had male and female, so maybe male and female, that is what we have, male and female. So you can customize this male and female and by giving them some labels in case you need to. But in this case, I don't need to attach some labels. You can give label, maybe label 0. Let me show you how we usually do it. Maybe you can give 0 to represent female, like in our case. You click add, then you input value 1 to represent male. So I usually prefer these values since they form a very beautiful identity matrix. Then click OK. Then from there we have the variable name marital status. So marital status, you are either single or married. So this is a string variable since it's categorical in nature. So that's why I told you need to customize after importing data from Microsoft Excel to IBM SPSS. Then click OK. Then marital status, you can explain. This is the marital status of the employees. So as you can see here, what they have done, where we have marital status, you can notice that maybe 1 represent the married and 0 represent the people who are not married, the single. So we can come here, we need to do nothing, but in most cases, since this is an imported data set, and when we attach value to this, we give these variable, we categorize these variables between married and unmarried, there will be some problem here, since the, how do we call it, the missing values will be auto-populated automatically. Actually, the people who did not give the response will be assuming now that these people now they are unmarried, which will not be statistically correct and can result to some absurd reporting. Then let us maintain it like that, but I'll show you how we can solve it. So we missing value, they have said none, but I'll show you how we are able to identify if we have missing value after importing data from Excel to SPSS. So this one is just a nominal measure. So that is the measure which we'll be using. So the input, the role of the input, we don't need to deal with it. So we have the address here. So address, they are numeric in nature, but we can come here and tell the software more about the variable name address and say these are the address of the employees So this is not a categorical variable, so we don't need to categorize anything, but we need to come here. So they have measured it well. Since this is a continuous variable, they have used a scale measure, which is good. So we also have here the income category. So the income category, the type of the variable is numeric. Then we need to tell the software more about the income category. So we can say this is the income category of the employees. Then we don't need to attach any value. So the income category of the employee, so we have different income categories. So maybe they have, according to this data set, so we can go back to the data view window, they have started from category 1, category 2, category 3, and category 4. So these categories, technically, they are ranked data. As you can notice, it is ranked. It's the job category, which you are. You can be in job K, you can be in job K, job L, depending on the country which you are. So where we have now the variable, we want to tell the software about this job category. So according to this software, it has selected job category as nominal. But in our case, this is not just any nominal variable. So these any nominal character or nominal measure. So these have some certain rank or certain level of utility or satisfaction based on different job category or income category. That is the case. So we need to put this on as an ordinal measure. So there are some indifference curve. Maybe when you are drawing some indifference curve, there can be a certain level of satisfaction. So when you come to the job category, so this income category, so we have maintained it as numeric, so it can remain to be numeric, but we are using some ordinal measure to do it. So here we have job category. Technically, the job category is numeric as how they have named it. So by this job category, we have different job categories. Maybe you have job category 1, job category 2, and job category 3, how they have categorized it, as you can see in the data view window. So you need to tell more the software about this job category. So if the job category is a rank, maybe the employee in the lower level, they are given job category 1, and employee in the middle level, in the middle management level, they are given value 2. In the employee in the upper management level, they are given value 3. So this is not a skill measure, it's just an ordinal measure. So where they have done as a measure, you can input ordinal. And that is how you do after importing data from Excel to IBM SPSS. You first need to elaborate more about this data. But what you notice, this data contains a lot of missing value, more so where we had marital status. People technically fail to give information about their marital status. So now here we are experiencing some missing values. So to know that if this missing value will be having a lot of impact in your analysis, what you need to know, we had a set threshold. We always have a set threshold of 5% in missing value as per the total observation. So if the missing value of a certain variable exceed 5%, technically, we know that when we conduct an analysis, that missing value can result to biasism when reporting or to absurd reporting when doing t-test statistics. So what are you supposed to do in order to check if the missing value are harmful? Just click analyze, then come to where you have missing value. Then you can use all the variables. But you notice, let me show you. Let me try and see what we can do to deal with these things. So here we have category variables. Let me show you. I want us to know how we have. Okay. Let us first get back into these variable view. So we can maintain it, even these string variables, as numeric to help us do this analysis. So let me maintain it. Okay. Some various labels are missing. Okay, numeric. So just maintain it and as numeric so that you can be able to do a qualitative analysis of this data and notice where you have missing values. So you are supposed to click analyze, then come to where we have missing value. Then you can click to use all the variables and then click OK. So you can notice right here. So Jeda was just a how do we call it? It was just a categorical variable, so we don't have problem with this. That's why it lost its identity after inputting it as numeric. But you can notice we didn't have anything where we didn't have any data where we had missing value exceeding 5%. So this means that this data is effective for analysis. Since you notice where we had marital status, that's where we had some missing value, which was only of 5 observation, which account to 2.5%, which is less than 5%, which is the safe threshold. So others we didn't have any missing value, but we can technically avoid this confusion and get back into our data set. Let me get back to the data set and then come to the variable view and then maintain the gender as how it was as a string value and then click OK. Okay, let me see if it will regain its values, which was either you are a male or a female. So okay, so I technically happen to lose these values, and technically this is how we usually do it. So this is how we usually check if we have missing value after importing data from Excel to SPSS. So in case you know how we usually deal with missing value, I have created a video which is part 3 of this video. After watching this video, there is part 3 of this video which is showing you how to deal with missing value before starting doing an analysis after importing data from Excel to SPSS. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to give the video a thumb up and also to hit the subscribe button so that you will not miss out any of our future learning content like this. Thank you and God bless you.